All right, so let's see. This interview is part of our research on risk perception and communication at Drexel University. We are interested in how you think about these issues. Don't worry about whether your ideas are right or wrong. We are interested in everything you think about this and want you to say everything you think about these issues. In addition, if you can't hear something I've said or my Skype skips, please feel free to ask me to repeat whatever I said. So tell me all about the issue of data breaches.
I guess someone can break into your stuff and take information from you. I don't know if there was that big of an issue.
Can you kind of tell me more about what it is?
Would it be kind of like at school when you're using all stuff online and someone breaks into it?
What do you mean by stuff online?
Like how you're doing your homework and all of your important information for school and whatnot is on the online forms.
Okay, so somebody takes the online forms, you're saying?
Right, which access to all your information.
Okay. Can you think of any other instances, like any other examples of data breaches?
Would it be taking, like, credit card information?
I'm listening to what you think. Like, I'm just interested in what you're thinking. So there's no right or wrong answer.
Is it just for college kids or, like, just in general?
In general.
Yeah, I guess it's just kind of whenever something of yours that is what you, I guess, think to be secure. So it could be, like, I don't know, any personal information, and then it gets leaked. Or, like, not necessarily leaked, but, like, it's released to somebody.
Okay. Can you explain how a data breach happens?
Someone would pick your password or something, maybe?
Yeah, okay. Is there any other way it might happen?
If you were to keep your information open, so like if you're using a public computer or public anything, you don't log out.
Okay.
That's it, I guess.
Okay. If you were going to explain a data breach to someone else, what would you say? Like, how would you explain it?
I guess I would say that it was just when your secure information gets released, I guess, to an unsecure source.
Okay. And what are the consequences of a data breach?
Your personal information, such as, I guess, whatever you secured in the first place, would be out there for whoever breached it to see and use.
Okay, so you said information. What kind of information?
You could have, like, your address, social security numbers, credit card information, maybe billing stuff,
Okay.
anything that I guess is personal to you.
Okay. That's fair. So you have the worksheet that I sent, right?
Yep.
So could you go to number 1 and let me know when you're there?
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. So please list 5 causes of a data breach.
And just write them?
Yep, write them in the box. No particular order. And let me know when you're done.
Okay. I'm still thinking.
No problem.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. And then using the same box, just put numbers next to the words and say rank them from most common to least common. 1 being the most common and 5 being the least common causes.
Okay.
So 1 being the most common cause and 5 being the least common.
Okay.
You all set?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you go to the second question?
Okay.
And please list 5 consequences of data breaches.
What? Hang on, I'm doing a Skype interview thing. Okay. Okay.
And then, so please rank them from most serious to least serious. 1 being the most serious and 5 being the least serious.
Okay.
So 1 being the most serious and 5 being the least serious.
Okay.
All done? Okay. So the third question, what is the first thought or image that comes to mind when you think of a data breach?
Okay.
Okay. So leave that worksheet open, but now I'm going to ask you some more like spoken questions, okay?
Okay.
So now I'm going to ask you several questions. Some of these may seem to repeat things you've already said. Please bear with me. I have to ask all these questions to make sure I have covered everything. You may refer to your previous answers if you feel you've already answered a question and have nothing more to say about it.
Okay.
So who does a data breach affect?
It could affect an individual or a company.
Okay. How does it affect them?
By, like, information could be stolen, or they could fall victim to identity theft, or just kind of their personal information would be released.
Okay. What can be done to prevent data breaches?
Using secure passwords, using secure, like, what's it called? Wi-Fi networks.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a password on your Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Not, or like log off.
Mm-hmm. Who should be responsible for dealing with data breaches?
Well, I guess the individual, if it was their fault that they made it so someone could breach into it.
Okay. Should anyone else be responsible?
Maybe whatever your provider's company is.
What provider?
Like Wi-Fi or cellular.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. Who is the most at risk for data breaches?
I guess people who use many things online that have passwords, and those that put put a lot of valuable information on the internet.
What do you mean by valuable information?
Such as credit card information, addresses, phone numbers.
Okay. So who else is at risk? Like most at risk?
Big corporations.
Okay.
Who can get broken into.
Okay.
It's the government.
Right. Okay. Who is the most? Who causes data breaches?
Who causes them?
Yeah.
I I guess whatever individual put the data in the place that got breached because they made it insecure.
Okay. Is anyone else responsible?
Uh, I guess kind of same thing as before, whatever the network or data provider.
Okay. Um, are you aware of the data breach protection laws in your state?
No.
Okay. So I want you to go back to that worksheet. Are you looking at it?
Yep.
So at the bottom there should be a headline titled headline. You see
Yep.
it? What is the first thing you think of when you see this headline?
Um, the first thing I think of is what? Question mark. um, I is it just saying that 56 million credit cards were breached?
I'm asking you.
Um, I guess, yeah, the first thing I think of is I don't really know what it means.
Okay. What does this headline make you feel? Like, do you feel anything when you see this headline?
I guess a little sad because if you put the pieces together, 56 million is a lot of anything. And knowing breach means 56 million something was broken into.
Okay. Okay. How concerned are you about being a victim of a data breach?
I guess a little concerned because, like, I use credit cards and Wi-Fi and my phone and everything for just about everything I do. So I guess it's kind of scary to think someone could take all your information.
Why is it scary?
They could, like, if they take your credit card, they could bill whatever they wanted to it,
Mm-hmm.
be able to pretend to be you, or they would know where you lived.
Okay. All right. So thank you. If you could go ahead and send me that form, that'd be really helpful.
Okay.
Then I had a couple more, just like really basic questions.
Okay.
How old are you?
20.
20. Do you have any previous experience with data breaches?
None.
Do you know anyone who's been a victim of a data breach?
Nope.
Do you use a smartphone?
I do.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
No problem.